This is the journey to one Africa. Money is not the source. Money is the outcome. And what Africa does, we focus on the outcome. We focus on the cheap games, and that is money. Money is the cheap game. Instead of focusing on the source. What is the source of money? We have to shift our mind from focusing on handout to focusing on the source. These guys that have been colonizing us and colonizing us even today, they always go after the source. The reason why they can never leave Africa alone, because Africa is the source of mankind. Africa is the source of wealth. Africa is the source of everything you see. And they know it. In order for them to be successful, in order for them to succeed, they must go after the source. The reason why Africa, every other continent outside there, they're running towards Africa. Chinese, Russians, Turks, Americans, Europeans, Indians, Arabs. The reason why everybody is running after Africa, because Africa is the source. Let me say that again. Africa is the source. They ain't after the handouts. They ain't after the outcome. No, they are after the source. But Africans are the only people, we are the only one that we go after the handouts, and we go after the outcome, the manufactured products. We go after the manufactured product. We don't go after the source. We don't go after the resources. That's where the wealth is. That's where the richness is. That's where the secret of your development is. So what do? We ask for loans, or we allow these guys to come here, they invest in the continent, they take all the source that is there, and they give us the outcome. We want them to do the work for us to just get the paycheck. The little we know that this paycheck is nothing compared to the source that has been taken. The little we know that this paycheck, it's actually just bribe for you to give away the source. We are comfortable enough to just go and rent a house while we can build our own houses and lend to them. Who would rather not build our own houses? Because we are not after the source. We think about the second-hand product. That's the mind of Africans. And that's what they're dumping to us. The phones, the products, a lot of products that are coming to Africa, they can't sell them in these so-called first world countries. They can't sell there. Second-hand products, they come to Africa. Why? Ain't the source. We always look for handout. We always look for cheap stuffs. But why don't we focus on the source? That's where we have to focus on. Money is not the source. There's something else that produces money. There's something else that brings money. And that's where we're supposed to go. Money, it is there to manipulate you. Money, paper money, I'm talking about paper money, is there to manipulate you. It is there to show you how much worth you need. And at the same time, you forgot how much worth you are. If you realize your worth, you ain't gonna look up to that little piece of paper, because you realize that it has nothing to do with my worth. I should go after the source. So Africans should be the one investing in mining. Businesses should be the one dealing with the resources in Africa. African government should be the one focusing on that and not calling them to come to take care of our resources for us to get the outcome. Africa must produce. Africa must focus on the resources, must focus on their source. So this mindset of money, making money, it's corrupting our people. It's corrupting our people. It is corrupting. It is corrupting our people. We have the generation that they don't want to work. We have the generation that they don't want to work hard. They don't want to put on diligence in whatever they do because they're looking for hands out. We have a generation that they just play casino 24/7. The betting money to get money. Money. And most of them, they lose when they bet. Now we have men right now. If you name here the names of the betting soccer company, I'm coming after you. I know I'm destroying your business, but I'm coming after you. A lot of Africans are losing money because of betting. Why? Because they're looking for hands out. They're looking for hands out. And to be honest, even me, I did once, and I lost my money. So I'm talking this from my own experience. We can't look for hands out, man. We gotta put diligence in whatever we do. Let me read a scripture here a little bit for you, man. As we're saying this, I gotta put on the word of God right there for you guys to understand this. That you have to go after the source. You have to go after the source. Not handouts. Don't come to me and ask for money. Come to me and tell me what you're gonna do. Tell me your idea. Tell me what you want to build. Tell me. Show me the proposal of your idea of what you want to bring. And that's what we do here in SNOA, guys. That's what we do. I tell you here a lot of time, we have like 3 different proposals here in SWAHILI. We have a proposal that I've been working for over 10 years. Myself. Have another proposal that I've been working for 1 year. And we have another one that we've been working for also 1 year. All of these are plans and dreams that we are thinking about doing in 4 years from now. They're there. They're ready. Like right now, Proverbs 21, verse number 5. It says this: the plans of the diligent lead to profit. The plans of the diligent leads to profit. What are we doing in Africa? The reason why we are against these aids and loan that our government are desperate so much to take and to bring, the reason why we're against that, it is because it has everything to deal with our mindset as Africans. We are beggars. So today you have leaders are giving all these big speeches at the United Nations Council and say that we are not beggars. We are not beggars. You're saying that today, but behind the scene, how much money are you borrowing from them? Guys, let me tell you this. When we share these speeches, it's not everything we support. We only share this for you guys to be informed, to see, to judge for yourself, to comment, and to have a conversation, to start a conversation. That's the reason why we have this media. So if you don't like somebody and you see them, they're coming here because you want to open up the conversation. You can't just sit there behind it and say, we are not beggars. Oh, we have been in this. No, you're not beggars. You have been begging for a long time. Your government has been begging money for a long time. You live there. You come back to country. You're still writing the IMF, please, World Bank, please support us in this one. And then you say you're not beggars. You are beggars. And they know it. And now that's why you should be very careful with these speeches, because some of them, they just speak because they know that Africans will laugh when they hear this. But we should not forget that these guys are politicians. If there's no actions to what they say, we should put them aside. We should cancel them. I know cancel thing is very sensitive these days, but no, if you don't put actions in what you say, and I think that's what a lot of people are struggling right now with the president of Kenya. A lot of people, and to be honest, even myself, struggling a lot. And to the point you don't know, what the heck is this guy doing? You don't know. What are we going to do? We need to have a conversation. I'm going to have a conversation about that as well, to hear everything, to just have that conversation. Because if we cannot trust our own leaders, how are we going to move forward? How are we going to see the change that we want to see? The plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty. The diligent leads to profit. Africa should start focusing on the source and not the outcome, not what it gives. Money is the outcome, but there's a source that produces money. And that's what Africa should focus on. That's what you should focus on. Let me challenge, man. Okay, let me challenge a lot of you guys are employed, but you do not want to be there. A lot of you are employed, but you do not deserve to be there. You know that you're better than that. You know that you're better than that paycheck. You know that you can do something better. You know that you're supposed to be out there. You're supposed to start business and employ 100 Africans. You know that you're supposed to do that, but you know what? Because of you not determining yourself and not taking a risk, take a faith and do something, start something, initiate something. You have a lot of employed people out there. They're waiting for you to step out. In Africa, every single year, more than 10 to 20 million Africans are going to they're seeking for job every single year. But in the entire continent of Africa, every single year, only 3 million Africans receive jobs. Only 3 million creations of new jobs. Only 3 million. But the number has been increasing every single day, 10 to 20 million. How are we going to be able to afford this? We need bold people. We need our people to go after the source. To go after a lot of you guys, you're not supposed to be receiving paycheck. You're supposed to be handing out paychecks. A lot of you. Africans, we need to go after the source. That's the reason why God created a man to dominate. And he said, go, dominate, rule over the oceans, over the fish in the oceans, over the sky, and everything that ran around the ground. That was God's promise. That was God's commandment for us, to go after the source. Go after the source. You can't fight. Trust me, if you go after the outcome, you can't fight with someone that is after the source. Today, if you go to Africa, a lot of mining sectors here in Africa are owned by them. They are everywhere. How are you going to kick them out? Oil owned by them. Uranium owned by them. The minerals owned by them. What are we doing, African? So we can talk, but they're just laughing. They say, you guys can talk as much as you can, but you're holding your economy. Holding your economy. What are you going to do? You're not going to pay tax. You're going to do whatever the heck you want to do. You cannot kick us out. What are you going to do? Man, we brought ourselves here where we are today. To Niger. The reason why I said this, that Africans can never be illegal immigrants in Africans. They are not refugees. They are Africans. So if you are within the continent of Africa, you're an African. Whatever country you go to, you are not illegal migrants. You are an African, and this is your right to be in Africa. Yes, we might not have that in the paper, but this is your continent. If you see yourself as an African and you are within this map of Africa, this is your continent. I said that. Why? To be honest, frankly, I said that because there are Africans, they're in prison here, even in the country Tanzania. Most of them Ethiopians. Why? Because they left their country, during troubles, and they were finding a better place to live. Most of them, they were going to South Africa. When you leave your country and there's a war, there's nothing, you don't have passport, you are not going to have visa, you run for your life. But most of them, they were captured here, they're in prison. Some of them prison in SA, South Africa, across the whole continent of Africa. They're prison everywhere. And that's the reason why I came up with that code. So now you're telling me about Nigerians in Ethiopia. This is the tendency in all over the continent. Our people being mistreated because they don't have identifications. Today, Sudan, more than 4 million people have left the country, and they are being treated the same way across the continent. Africans, they don't have a home. Sadly, diaspora. Sadly, tell you this, that even in the continent, most of Africans don't have a home. If they speak like this, they'll be refugees. I've seen one of the Nigerian independent journalists He got asylum to live in Ghana because he's exposing his government. So he had to leave, and he has a refugee, passport, Ghanaian. It's just like the day of colonialism. You can't talk, you can't criticize, you can't point fingers. You need to shut up. You think you're very intelligent and you talk, they're gonna take you down. You don't have a home. But that must change, because this is my home. I ain't gonna go anywhere. This is my home. I ain't gonna go anywhere. I've been called to do this. We are not gonna leave. And you guys, you should come back home, because this is your home, rightful yours. You should come home. And this stuff that are happening here, being treated like this, because you're not belonging to that country, it's wickedness. It is evil. We condemn with everything we got. Africans can never be illegal migrants in Africa. Full stop. Period.